Only once did I come to the point where I actually wanted to give up. I was 20 years old. I had gotten back-to-back diagnoses. I remember lying on my bed in pain and it just seemed too much. I'm praying to God and I'm begging him, just give me one reason, just one reason to hold on. Just then my sister Jody walked in and she said, "Shaya, Betty, I cried for you." So I said, well, bring her to me then. So she came and she brought Bethan to me. Bethan laid on my tummy and she held me with those little hands and she calmed down and she fell asleep. It was like the first time that God answered a prayer for me instantly. I haven't thought of giving up. Giving up is not an option, because since then and even to this day, Bethan has been one of the main reasons to continue fighting. It's amazing how God used a 1-year-old little girl to rekindle my fighting spirit and to save me in so many different ways. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Please remember to subscribe so that you can get notified when a new video is released. Alright, okay, now today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about lupus. We're going to try to understand it, we are going to try to know about it, and we are going to try to dispel some myths. Alright, so basically we're going into lupus awareness. In this video, we're going to have a special guest who is Bethan, and she's going to talk about her experience and what she understands from lupus. All right? Who is Bethan? Basically, Bethan is the youngest member of my girl squad. Okay? Okay. Besides the fact that I didn't give birth to Bethan, she is my child in every single way. My Betty Bops, my mini-me. Say hi.
Hi Shaya. Hi everyone.
Alright, so what really is lupus? Lupus is an autoimmune disease. It just means that the immune system that should protect the body is overactive and dysfunctional, and it starts to attack the healthy cells and joints and organs. Basically, it just not going good. It just not function as how it should, and it mash up everything we're not supposed to. Alright, so now we're going to have Bethan, who is going to tell us her understanding of what lupus is. So run in on it, Betty.
Okay, this is how I understand it. Our bodies are like the people, and our immune systems are like the police and soldiers that keep us from danger. But when someone has lupus, it's like the police and soldiers lose concentrations as if they drank a lot of boom and supplicant, and they kill off all the people.
What causes lupus? They don't know. There has been many theories. One of the most common is the fact that maybe we were born with some genetic predisposition to getting lupus, and then some environmental factor or stressor triggered it and caused us to develop the disease. But there has been no scientific evidence, no conclusive data on what really causes lupus, and because they don't know the cause, there is no cure. However, there are many different types of treatments, from medications such as anti-malarial drugs and chemotherapy, steroids, anti-inflammatory medications, pain medications, to lifestyle changes such as diet and exercise, staying out of the sun, and different kind of things. Who can get lupus?
Anyone can get lupus. your mother, your father, your picnic, your friend, your neighbor, your husband, your wife, or even you. So you better learn about it. Oh.
She's absolutely correct. Even though lupus is most likely diagnosed in women between the childbearing age of 15 to 44, and even though it's more common in women of African descent or black women as opposed to Caucasian women, anybody at any time from any race, any sex can get lupus. Is lupus a type of cancer?
It is not. People just say that because they don't really understand.
Thank you, Bethan. It isn't. Basically, cancer is very different from lupus. I think people mix it up a lot because the treatment is similar, like the chemotherapy and steroids and so on. But in terms of the nature of the illnesses, they're very different. You know, cancer is the reproduction of cells to the point where they start to form tumors and start to suck the nutrients from other parts of the body that need it. Unlike lupus, which is the overactive, dysfunctional immune system that's attacking the healthy cells of the body. Alright, it's very different. What are the symptoms of lupus? There are so many different symptoms of lupus. But I think no other disease have so much symptoms. I swear to you. Actually, lupus is known as the great imitator because a lot of the symptoms of lupus also mimic symptoms of other diseases. It's an endless list, to be honest, and symptoms differ from person to person. And it's important to understand that some of the symptoms that people experience are reflective of the systems in the body that are affected by lupus. So for example, if your heart is affected, you might have palpitations or a higher susceptibility to heart complications. If your kidneys are affected, then you might have water retention or fluid retention. Don't mind the dog them. Don't mind them. Fluid retention, as well as protein in your urine and those things. It's that the goat them and so not true. Too much nice. I could go back inside, yeah? Alright, now that we're inside, we can continue at a peace and quiet. Sorry about that. Alright, so in my previous video, I spoke about my symptoms and my whole lupus journey. So if you want to get a sneak peek into what my symptoms have been like, don't hesitate to go and watch my lupus story, okay? Alright, so Bethan and I are no longer living in the same space. Yeah, I know. So I got married, migrated to Dominica, and I had to leave my baby girl in Jamaica. But the link's still tight because we connected at the heart. Always. Okay, but for a long time she was with me and she saw what I went through, so she's going to share in terms of my symptoms some of the things that she remembers.
I remember Shoya having joint pain and body pain because she would always smell like icy hot. And she would have, if she have a sickness, she would have it for a long period of time. Because I remember when we both had chick V, and it took me like 1 week to get better. It took her like 2 whole months. Also, she would have a patch in her hair because she would lose hair sometimes.
So as Betty talk about the patch, good people, I don't know, say one patch come right in the front of the middle of my head, right so. Out of all the places, it could have come everywhere in my head. We can't hide, we can't catch up the ear, nobody can see. But out of all the places, it chose to come right at the front. You don't think bad mind and grudgeful? Outside that, the thing hurt me. But calm down, Shoyagi. Calm down. Okay. Let's go into how lupus gets to be diagnosed. Lupus is one of the hardest diseases to diagnose, and it takes a really long time often to be diagnosed because the symptoms are all over the place, right? As we said before. So the American College of rheumatology came up with this 11 criteria measurement of lupus, and if you fulfill 4 of those, then you're diagnosed. There's no single test to diagnose lupus. Are there different types of lupus? Yes, there are. There are 4 main types of lupus. Well, the first 2 are like real types of lupus, and the other 2 are not really real types of lupus, and you'll understand why as I get there. So the first type of lupus is systemic lupus erythematosus, and that's called SLE, or what most people just know as lupus. That is the most common and the most deadly, because that's the one in which the immune system is attacking internal joint organs and systems, right? Okay, then we have the DLE, which is discoid lupus erythematosus, which involves the immune system attacking just the skin. So then we're having just the hair loss, the rash, and things like that. But it doesn't affect the internal organs, even though discoid sometimes progresses to SLE. Okay. The other 2 are the drug-induced lupus and neonatal lupus. Drug-induced lupus happens when certain medications cause the immune system to react to the body, and so it produces lupus symptoms because the immune system is attacking the body as a side effect of those medications. So when the medications are stopped, then those symptoms also stop, right? And the last one is neonatal lupus, where some babies born to mothers with lupus have some symptoms of lupus, but then they go within like a couple of weeks of birth, and then the child doesn't develop lupus. So those are the 4 main types, and as I said, the first 2 are lifelong, chronic, and the last 2 are not. Okay, so Bethan will tell us from her perspective how she feels she can support someone, or how she feels children can support someone who they love with lupus.
You can remind them to take their medications. Don't let them get too stressed out, because that can make them get sick. Be caring and kind. Help to make the place clean, and ensure that you are clean, so that though they don't get germs from you or anyone else in the house. And read upon it more so you can understand what they're going through, and also help to support their fight during lupus.
When it's the truth, look how better make my ball on YouTube. God. One of the main goals of awareness is for early diagnosis. You see, like, it's very important for the word to be out there, for people to have this information, so that they don't wait until all the symptoms come up for a doctor to diagnose them. You understand? Because for a lot of people, when that happens, it's already too late and too much damage has been done. So we want people to be aware so they can identify these symptoms and get tested early. So if it's lupus, they can be treated early, because early diagnosis equals longer life and better quality of life. All right, so share so that we can ultimately save lives in the process. All right, so we're gonna close it off right so, but there are so many other things about lupus. There's so many. So if there are things that you want me to cover, things that you want me to share, please don't hesitate to comment, and we could see if we can get enough for cook up another video, yeah, because there cannot be too much awareness. All right, so now we're gonna have homegirl Betsy a close you out. Is it me? Yeah. Alright, bet, tell them what for the know. Yeah.
Please like, comment, subscribe to become an official butterfly. Turn on the post notifications so you can get notified anytime Lady Butterfly posts another video. Share, and don't forget to share lupus awareness this May. Bye!